Hello, I'm Lindsay and welcome to this cake decorating tutorial from Katy Sue Designs, where I'm going to be showing you how to decorate this rather spectacular, regal looking cake here. So the molds that I've used to create this look are the Rococo Flourishes mold from Katy Sue and also the Rococo Corners and Crest mold from Katy Sue. I'm going to be showing you what fondant we recommend to use in the molds, how we use the fondant in the molds, and then how we arrange your decorations on your cake and how to stick them to your cake. And finally, how to use edible paint to give it this lovely golden finish here. So if you'd like to know how to decorate this cake, then please keep watching. First off, we're going to start with the Rococo Corners and Crest mould. I'm going to take some Trex, which is some white vegetable fat. Pop a little bit of Trex on the end of your brush and then use that just to brush the Trex inside all the different areas of the mould. It's just a bit easier on a mould like this to use a small brush than your fingers because, as you can see, there are quite a lot of areas where the mould is quite intricate. So the brush just gets into these areas more easily than your fingers. So once you've done that, take a piece of your fondant and pop it into your mould. So I'm just going to pop it into the centre there, and I'm just going to use my fingers just to work it towards the outer areas of the mould. Try to get your fondant level with the top of the mould. So we don't want a great big hump in the middle of the mould. You might find that you've put too much fondant in your mould. That's not a problem. We can just cut some of that away if that's the case. Or if you haven't put enough fondant in, just then add a little bit more fondant there into the centre, and then you can fill up your mould that way. But I've just used a little bit too much, so I'm just going to be showing you how to cut some of that fondant away. You can use your Dresden tool, and that really helps put the fondant into these delicate, more finer outer areas of the mould. So I've just got a little bit too much there. You can see of the fondant which is coming out of the top. Just take a palette knife and gently cut that away. If you like, you can take something like a fondant smoother, just pop a little bit of corn flour on there and rub that over the top. It's not necessary, but that might help you. That might be a nice tip to help you use our moulds. Make sure that the edges are neat, so you don't want any fondant coming out over the edge. Just make sure that's all tucked inside the cavity of the mould. And when you've done that, you're happy that you've filled your mould correctly, then you can just gently flex your mould from each side of the decoration, just to give an initial release of the fondant from the mould. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my mould over and then put my thumbs there in the centre and use my fingers to flex the mould and release the fondant from the mould. And it really is that easy. Just taking your time using the mould, pressing the mould into all the areas so that you pick up all the details, and that's how you use your mould successfully. Now, we need to make quite a few of these to go round the cake. So if you just put this to one side to dry. So here we are. I've made 6 of these crests, and that will be enough for me to fit round the side of my cake. So depending on how big your cake is will depend on how many of these you need to make. So next we're going to show you how to use the corner part of the Rococo mould, because I'm going to be putting these in between the crests on our cake. So pick some of your fondant, just roll out your fondant into a sausage shape and then kind of bend it round to fit your mould, and then just start from the centre of the mould, working the fondant out towards the edges, or you can get your Dresden tool just to ease those pieces of fondant into these finer areas And then what I find with this mould is if I flex the mould here at these outer corners, just to release those bits as much as I can, because that is where fondant will like to get stuck. But if you just do that, that just ensures that it will release a lot more easier. Right, so turn your mould over and flex the mould. I'm starting from that centre bit, and then the rest of the fondant will just follow through. And there's one corner. And now these are actually handed, so you'll want to make one of each side to go on each side of your crest. So I'm going to put that to the side to dry off, and then I'm going to fill in the other matching half to the corner. And again, you need to make as many of these as will go around the side of your cake. So take one piece of your decoration and using just a small amount of glue, just add that onto the back of the decoration. You only need a small amount when you do this. If you add too much, it will be dripping down the side of your cake. So add your decoration on like so. Just gently press it with your fingers. I'm hardly using any pressure at all. And now I'm going to be adding the corresponding corner. I've just made this glue up myself from Tylo powder and water mixed together. I just find it's more economical to make it yourself. Secure it in place with just a gentle touch. We're going to be adding the crest decorations in between each swag here. So just a little bit of glue on the back of the decoration. Next, I'm going to be using the Rococo Flourishes mould, and I'm going to be making decorations out of these bottom two parts of the mould. Roll your fondant into a sausage shape and add that into the mould like so. And this one's a bit more, it's a bit more tricky because we've got to work the fondant into these areas that kind of protrude out to the side a little bit. So use your fingers in addition with the Dresden tool to help you work the fondant into all the areas of the mould. If you find that you've used too much fondant, again, just take your palette knife and gently just trim that away. And then this one's a little bit more tricky, just to flex the mould, just trying to release those outer edges. And then turn your mould over. I'm going to be releasing it from that side, I think. Sometimes it requires just a little bit of encouragement so it starts to pop out. There, so we've made one half of that, and I'm now going to be using the mould to make the other half, just like these two pieces here. I'm going to be wrapping them around the bottom half of the cake in a design. So again, make as many as you think you will need for your cake. Just they can be left to dry off slightly while you're making them. It makes it a lot easier to handle them if they are dried off a little bit. You know, you don't have to make one at a time, then add it to your cake straight away. You can make them all in one go and then add them to your cake all in one go. So now let's add these Rococo Flourish decorations to our cake. So same way, put some edible glue on the back of your decoration, not too much. Make sure you cover the whole of the decoration so that it sticks. And I'm going to put this bottom point here so that it lines up with that bottom point of that crest there. And fit it in so that that bottom edge of the flourish lines up with the point of the next crest. Then add the other hand of the decoration. So just in the same way, put your edible glue on the back of your decoration. Stick it to your cake. Just using some gentle touches just to make sure they're stuck to the cake. But not too much because you don't want to distort all the details on the fondant. And then you'll need to add the rest of your flourishes all around the bottom edge of the cake. So let's begin painting. I've got more of a wider paintbrush to start with, just to get the bulk of the paint on the decoration, really. And I've made that using some of this luster dust, and I've used this one from Faye Cahill. There's loads of gold luster dusts to buy, so you don't need to buy this one. This is just the one that I've used. And I've mixed it with a Rejuvenator Spirit, which is a food grade ethanol. It's got 96% ethanol, so it evaporates very easily, so your paint dries quickly. If you take your more finer detailed paintbrush, you can just do those, go around those edge sections. If you find that you do make a mistake and accidentally paint onto your cake where you don't want it to be painted onto, then a good tip is to take some of the Rejuvenator Spirit, get to the end of a cotton earbud and soak it in a little bit of the Rejuvenator Spirit, and then just gently wipe the area where you've made the mistake, and that should clean it up. So obviously all the other areas are going to have to be painted as well. This will take some time, but the effort is worth it when you get there in the end.